I came across this video of me while I was editing. It's of me about 6 months ago when I was 50 pounds heavier. It was on what this channel used to be before I rebranded it to the Dirtbag Association. I wanted to put it out because I wanted people to see how my process has evolved. People have been asking me how much AI I've been using in my concepts and my scripting, and this is a single take video with one cut, me working through my process. I want you to take a look at it and tell me if you see the similarities with the concepts and the way that I present my information today. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully it's not too off-brand, but it was me only 6 months ago. Like I said, 50 pounds heavier, one cut, off the cuff, no script. So watch it, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. You can be harsh if you want, but this audience seems to be pretty nice and forgiving, so hopefully you enjoy it.
So this is my take on the subject of, should you start a YouTube channel over 40, over 50, over 60? I think everyone on the platform has seen these videos, and being a content creator and a small business owner that is over 40, I am not exactly sure if it resonated with me or if it just kind of made my ears perk up, because I heard the catchphrase, I heard the terms, I heard a demographic that I kind of fit into, and that's probably what it was. I think I have somewhat of a controversial take on the should you create a YouTube channel over 40. I think the majority of those content creators that stumbled into this over 40, over 50, over 60, I say a lot of their content is really good. I have no shade to throw on anybody else making content, especially anybody else that's making content that's more successful than I am. That's not the type of person that I am. I'm much more of a positive, encouraging person than a negative person. But I do tend to have outside of the box takes on things. And should you start a YouTube channel over 40? The answer is definitely yes. But to me, the answer is an obvious yes. It's like, should you start to exercise more? Should you start a budget? Should you drink more water? All those things are inherently true. So obviously, if you have the ability to, there are people on the platform that are looking for your content. And that's the key. Are there people looking for your content? That's where I slightly differ than a lot of those other people. Yeah, you should start a YouTube channel over 40. It's pretty obvious. But where I see it is, a lot of those people making those statements are talking to a larger audience. It starts to put them in a category of a teacher, a trainer, a mentor, a Yoda to Luke Skywalker. And there's always a space for those people to elevate and to grow, because there's always more sheep than there are sheep herders. And I'm not calling the over 40 crowd that they're talking to sheep. I'm just talking to the fact of a person sitting in front of an audience, guiding that audience. That's something that, when it happens, the guide tends to elevate. And the people that they're talking to see what they're doing and say, maybe I can do that. And you could, but the reality of it is, the majority of people have mundane lives, or they don't know how to tell a story to make their mundane life interesting to the masses. So should you start a YouTube channel over 40? Yeah. But it might be just to chronicle the things that you've done, like a diary, a journal. It could be to make a pass-on legacy, something that your kids and your grandchildren can watch. It might not be anything that has any mass appeal, that any audience outside of your small circle or sphere would actually want to watch. And that doesn't take away from the fact that you should do it. I'm just saying you should be prepared for the fact that you're probably not going to see the success of the people telling you, yes, you should start a YouTube channel over 40, or even YouTube is easy. Because what I've found is it's not. I've run several successful side hustles. I know how to make things. I can sell things. I can do things in person. I can manipulate a crowd to give me something when I make something worth giving to them. But the YouTube thing, it's not as easy as people make it out to be. I'm not saying it's hard, not saying it's difficult. You just have to strike a chord and then run with it. But you'll find when you start to make videos, you won't gain traction. Definitely won't gain traction right away. And that becomes hard to actually deal with. It kind of makes it a little bit more of a chore than an enjoyment. It's more like sweeping the deck before you get to sit in the Adirondack chairs with the lemonade. They both might be important to that end result of drinking a refreshing glass of lemonade, but one's a chore and one's an enjoyment. And if you sweep more than you sit, you're gonna start to resent your deck, even when it's a beautiful sunny day and you have a nice cold glass of lemonade. So I just want people to understand that there are two different buckets, and you need to go with an idea of which bucket you're going for. Are you going for the bucket of chronicle your journey, make content, enjoy what you make, but put no pressure on yourself? Or are you going for, I want to get monetized. I want to turn this into a side hustle. I want to use this to supplement my income when I retire. I want to use this to retire. Those are completely different buckets. They're completely different paths, and they take completely different skill sets. Now, I'm not saying the person that is inherently going to make content from this bucket can't learn the skills of the person that is going to make content in this bucket. I'm just saying the majority of people kind of know where they stand. Are you the person who, in the cookout, in the family reunion, that everyone's standing around listening to you tell stories and everything's captivating and you've lived a life worth telling? Or are you the person that may have had all of those same experiences, but just doesn't necessarily know how to put the spin on the story? And if you're that person, if that latter person, you're gonna have a harder time working and making something on YouTube that's going to get mass appeal. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It just means you need to know that, because the expectations of YouTube is easy. Should you make a YouTube channel over 40? Making a YouTube channel was something that changed my life. All those things that we hear, which can be true and probably are true for a good amount of people saying it, it might not be what you're going to experience. And it might be that you need to start to learn other skills if that's what you want. There's storytelling, there's standing in front of a crowd and being able to give a commanding speech. There's all kind of other things that are out there that are very important in this YouTube journey. And those things aren't gate kept like they used to be. You can get that information, but you just have to know that those things are important and making content that actually resonates. I know this might come off a little bit rambling. Hopefully with the edit I can smooth it out, because I'm coming up with this just thinking about it. It's no script. I want to get to the point where I can relay that information in my head to the camera, to the audience, without having it so scripted. And I thought this over 40 was a good place to start, because I am over 40, got the gray hairs to show for it. But I think the biggest part about it is anyone can make something worth listening to. You just have to learn how to do it. And it's not inherent. It's actually not easy. It's learnable. But if you really want to do this, you need to figure out which bucket you're in, and you need to know how to go forward with each bucket. And don't have the high expectations. Listen to what people say, and hopefully it motivates you, but hopefully it doesn't put you in that rah-rah spirit. So when you smack up against that brick wall, you're going at 70 miles an hour. It's a lot easier to bang up against that brick wall going at 1 or 2 with carrying a sledgehammer, pounding at it when you get to it. Then eventually you may knock it down. But if you hit it too hard right out the bat, it's going to knock you down. You might not be able to get back up and actually do what you need to do to go over, under, or around that wall. So yes, I think you should start a YouTube channel at and above 40. But I think you need to do it knowing the road is hard and knowing what you want to get from the road. Because knowing where the ultimate destination is can make the journey enjoyable. But if you're lost and floundering and have no idea where you're going, every turn might be stressful. So if you want to smoothen out that road and make that journey an ease, make it something worth traveling, just figure out where you're trying to get to and then figure out what you need to do to get there. But yes, the answer is positively yes. You should make a YouTube channel over 40 because everyone has a story and everyone has an audience for that story. So learn how to tell your story and find your audience. And you too could probably be one of those people, indicating how this road and this journey, this YouTube channel over 40 changed your life. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you're going to follow me on my journey, because I'm not at that level of success that I like to be. I am in other aspects of my life, but not on the YouTube content. I have 2 channels, one dedicated to making my dog toys, and then this one dedicated to the results of the life that I want to build from creating a successful side hustle. So follow me on this journey as a creator of YouTube videos over 40, and hopefully I see you out there. Thank you for listening, and safe travels.